Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a layout for Kitaholic Kits using the November 2021 kit. And I thought what I'd do today is just start off with giving you a little bit of a preview on what you're actually going to get in this kit this month. It is chock full of products and a couple of products that are different in terms of their different collections against each other, and they work so beautifully together. Steph has done an awesome job curating this one this month. And so we've got some puffy stickers from Echo Park with a summertime theme. We have some thickers, phrases, which have lots of extra little bits as well, so hearts and arrows and little dots and things like that. That is all colourful. We also have the Maggie Holmes cardstock stickers and my little fingers, little twinkle there, some These Days of those gold hearts out of the These Days collection from Cocoa Vanilla. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. We also get some Punchinella and a perspective, in the name of Sunshine, and we also get some Pink Fresh Studio floral ephemera, which is just gorgeous. As soon as I saw that, I knew exactly what I was going to do. But like every time I always open my box from the store is I look at my papers and I have a look and see what can be fussy cut. So I've already done that off camera. So one of the pages is already ready for me to get started, and it's a way for me to introduce myself to the kit and familiarize myself with the colors. And this month there's some yellows and there's some aquas and tealy colors, and oh my goodness, that Amy Tan paper, that patterned paper is my favorite of the month. And this layout that you're going to see in a moment features that one as well. I loved that one. We get some Maggie Holmes as well in that beautiful teal, and that will feature in this layout as well. And we've got some of those pastel colors as well. So we've got a real mixture of pastels and some of the darker tones, and it just fits so beautifully together. I do a later in the month that is featuring quite a number of the different collections all on the one page, and I just love how it turned out. So yes, so we also get the mixed media kit as well, which will just be coming up in a moment. So we get some glitter gel, and we also get some spatulas, which is fantastic. I am forever either losing those or they're missing on my desk wherever I find. So the more of those, the merrier. I can't have to be honest. And also we get a darkroom door stencil. So my layout today is going to feature quite a few of those things. So I'm going to work on some mixed media for my layout and also some fussy cut elements as well. So, yep, there we go. There is the stencil and the spatulas and the glitter gel. I've actually never used this glitter gel before. I've never really gone into the whole glitter thing, and most of the time glitter gets in everywhere, so I've never really tried it, but this gel is so smooth and so lovely to use. I had a bit of a trial page off camera as well to see how it would look. So, okay, all right, I know I've been babbling on, so let's get stuck into the layout. So I am pre-gessoing my white cardstock. I'm just using plain white cardstock. There is nothing special about this white cardstock. It is just, and I think this one's actually textured. It's just from my stash. And I'm coating that with a really good coat of clear gesso. And I really knew I wanted to put quite a bit of liquid potentially on this one, which is why I'm using the gesso. Now, you don't need to use gesso if you're not really into that. I know it's a personal preference when it comes to that. I just don't really like how the inks and things go soak straight into cardstock without having that barrier between the cardstock and the gesso and the ink, etc. So I knew that I was going to probably need to have this gessoed. So I do that. And then I fussy cut out the Brave and Bold patterned paper from Amy Tan. Oh my goodness, I loved it so much. So to actually create the layout, there is a slight problem with my video here. Just in a moment, you'll see that I've already got some stuff on my page. So unfortunately, I didn't realize that my camera had run out of space, and luckily for me, I looked up to see and to check how it was going and realized it hadn't recorded me actually doing that component of the page. So I will describe to you what I've done, and please accept my apologies. So I decided I really wanted to that glittery look through the pattern paper because I have fussy cut out all the leaves and the flowers. So this is going to have a bit of a cascade effect across the page, but I wanted to give it some color as well, seeing I was putting it on the back of white cardstock. So I did grab out some paint from my stash. This is just from my stash. It's not from the store. And I have mixed it in with the glitter gel. And then I ran it through using one of the spatulas, the black spatula there that we got in our mixed media kit. And I have smushed that through the stencil. And oh, goodness me, I love it so much. Now, the stencil I used for this, though, is from a previous kit. It's not the one that came with this month's kit. It was from a couple of months ago. And because it's flowers, and I really wanted to have the flower effect underneath my leaves and all that type of thing there. So I'm not sure, I think I've mentioned it in previous videos that I've been very much going back into the depths of my stash with my photos at the moment. So I have Jacob, my son, is 24, so he was born in the days of not having phones and cameras that, we needed to go and get the film processed, and you would go to the store and you'd go to the chemist here in Australia and you'd hand over your film, and then you'd wait a few days and it would be back. So I have so many printed photos from when he was a little boy that I've just got a whole box of them. They're not sorted in any way. So I've really been trying to get into some of those photos. And this is a photo that is really special to me. This is my grandfather, who is his great-great-grandfather. And he at least got to meet Jacob before he passed away, when Jacob was about 2 or 3 years old. So I've got many photos of how he was so happy when he found out that I was pregnant, and we shared that with him, and we visited with my grandparents as much as we possibly could, and the two of them had a beautiful bond. So I really wanted just to capture this moment of time. And I'm a bit sentimental about some of these photos at the moment, and it's been fantastic just going back into the depths of the past, just to really do something with these photos, because I was not a scrapbooker back then, so I can sort of start from scratch and see how we go. So to move on off that little sentimental topic, to create the layout, I wanted to give a really sweeping view across the page of those beautiful leaves from the patterned paper. So what I've done there is I've literally just draped that around the page, and underneath the photo I have backed the photo, and also using some of the cutout flowers from the pattern paper on the left hand side to give a little bit of a border to the photo as well, to also ground the page. And so that's from the full on to the left hand side and arcing around to the right, back around to the left, almost into a full wreath. But I did stop from there. I didn't want a full wreath around the page. So I felt that really gave a really lovely cascade through. I'd also added in a little bit more mixed media where there was no more, I didn't add any glitter gel to that. I just added some more spray to the page and added some water to give that watercolor effect across the page. Now, I wasn't too sure as I was making this whether I should really put that large journal stick cardstock there with that to the left of the photo, because it is covering up that photo, but I really, really wanted that sentiment to be on the page. So I thought, dang it, it's my layout. I can put that on there, even if it takes over a little bit of the page, but you can still see the photo and my grandfather and Jacob's face. And I felt that was totally acceptable. So I've also grabbed some of the fussy cut flowers as well from when I first opened up the kit. And these are florals from a different patterned paper in terms of a collection. This was from the Echo Park collection. So this is what I was saying before around this collection this month. It goes so well with each other, even though there is several different collections from different companies within the actual kit this month. So it's just perfectly put together this month. So there was lots of little fussy cutout leaves as well. So I just sort of throw those in wherever there's a little bit of a gap, but I didn't want to completely cover up the mixed media. So I have left quite a number of gaps so you can see the pink coming through there. And also you'll see some, and then once you get a close up, when you see that at the end, there's also some glitter as well. So you can really see that shine throughout that top section of the page. And I was struggling to think what I should actually, does anyone else have this problem? I scrap myself sometimes into a corner, or I don't think about the title before I actually start creating the actual layout. And so I sit there and I ponder and I walk away, and I really sometimes just get myself so caught up on what the title is. And then I just thought, hang on, this is just for me a beautiful photo of my grandfather and Jacob, and it just to me showed how much he absolutely loved Jake, and I am so sad that he didn't get to spend more than a few years with Jacob before he passed away. So I just decided to go with the phrase of beautiful on the page, and that's as simple as I felt that it really needed to be, particularly seeing I'd really made a statement putting that journal piece on top of the photo. I felt that if I'd put any more onto the page, it would have been so heavy, even though it is already heavy. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, but I really wanted to not tone it down, because there was no way that was going to happen because I've already filled it up quite a lot. But I really felt if I put too many words and too many other things attached to the title, it would have just felt overwhelming. So I'm hoping that makes sense. So I'm using, I'm gluing everything down. That's a very big tip if you have used gesso and if you've used that glitter gel as well, or any sort of mixed media, your best way to adhere is actually to use some wet glue. So I am trialing at the moment the Scotch tacky glue and the fine liner bottle. It's been going for a couple of months now and I have not had a clog. And that's just because I have to remind myself, and I try to remember to put the needle back into the bottle. And you can get that in store at the moment. I do believe it's still in the store if you're interested as well, if you're looking for some adhesive or what you should be using when it comes to gluing some of your product down when you're using mixed media. So really, that's about all for the layout. It actually, once I'd got the plan in my head around cascading and doing that, it actually was quite simple to pull together. But I love how this turned out. I could not have been more happier, really. And I know that's bragging about myself, but I really love how this turned out. So I guess what I should remind you all of, if you are a subscriber, we would love it if you shared what you're getting up to with all of your scrapbooking. We have our subscriber group. That is a private group on Facebook, and we have other exclusives through the month that is just for subbies as well. So have a look on the website and see if you want to join up and become a subscriber to the kits. And we also have a community group as well on Facebook where we often have cyber crops and things like that. So I certainly encourage you to come and join us. It is lots of fun. It's all an encouraging group, and we love seeing all your shares as well. The design team absolutely love it when you show us what you're up to with the kits. It gives us inspiration, and I can't say enough how much we love that. So just in a moment, I am almost done. There will be some close-ups as well and the final layout. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the love and support that I get. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe both to Kitaholic Kits, and obviously this is on my channel too. So subscribe to both and you get an opportunity where you see some the design team members' work as well. So I guess that's it. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.